You complained about waking up tired when your alarm went off this morning, didn't you? But for nearly 2 million years, your ancestors didn't have such a thing as uninterrupted sleep. The moment you closed your eyes, you became prey. Archaeological evidence is chilling. Around 15% of people in the Paleolithic age didn't die of old age, but from violence, either at the hands of other humans or from wild animal attacks. Living in a cave? That wasn't the norm. That was a luxury reserved for the lucky few. So here's the question. With nothing but a piece of stone in your hand, could you survive the night against nature's most ruthless killers? In truth, what you're living is not a life. From beginning to end, it is an unbroken struggle for survival. You open your eyes with the first light of dawn, but you don't feel rested because you didn't truly sleep. You merely tried not to die. You are constantly on alert. Every sound in the darkness could be a threat. A cave bear might be nearby, a cave lion, a pack of wolves. Danger isn't limited to animals. Other human groups are just as dangerous. Archaeological findings show that roughly 15% of Paleolithic humans died from violence, not aging. No one sleeps through the night. The group takes turns standing guard. Someone is always awake by the fire. These night watches are essential, not only against animals, but against sudden human attacks. Sleep deprivation becomes chronic, and your body is forced to adapt. Fear is not an exception, it is a permanent condition. Where you wake up looks nothing like modern shelter. If you're lucky, you're staying in a cave. But caves aren't common, they are rare, and therefore luxurious. Most of the time, you live with your group in shelters built from mammoth bones or temporary structures made of branches and hides. These shelters are remarkably intelligent for their time. Mammoth tusks support the structure. Skulls and thigh bones form the walls. Animal skins are stretched over the frame to block the wind. And at the center always burns a fire. That fire is the core of survival. It keeps you warm. It keeps predators away. It allows you to cook food. And it serves as the social heart of the group. The firelight is your only defense against the darkness. That's why the first thing you do in the morning is check the fire. If it has gone out, relighting it becomes a matter of life and death. You strike 2 stones together, trying to produce a spark. You feed it with dry grass and twigs. This process can take hours. Your hands ache. Your patience wears thin, but failure is not an option. If the fire doesn't light, your life is in danger. Once the fire is burning again, the day can finally begin. The group gathers to plan the day. This plan is not individual, it is collective. Survival depends on cooperation. Based on the season, weather, and food reserves, a decision must be made. Will you hunt today, focus on gathering, or migrate entirely? Every decision has consequences. A wrong choice doesn't just mean hunger, it can mean disease and death. If you are male, you will most likely join the hunting party. But hunting is not exclusively male, women hunt as well. And men gather food too. There is division of labor, but it is flexible. Pregnancy, illness, or injury can shift roles instantly. Survival requires adaptability. Hunting groups usually consist of 3 to 8 people. The animals hunted depend on the season. Mammoths, reindeer, horses, bison, or smaller animals like rabbits, birds, and fish. Hunting is extremely dangerous. Your weapons are limited to stone-tipped spears and simple axes. One mistake can mean severe injury or death. To hunt mammoths, pits are dug and covered with branches as traps. Sometimes you wait for days, and often nothing happens. If the hunt fails, the entire group pays the price. Gathering, on the other hand, provides most of the group's calories. Wild fruits, roots, mushrooms, and insects are collected. Knowing which plants are edible and which are poisonous is critical. This knowledge is passed down through generations. A single mistake can poison the entire group. Even children begin working at the age of 5 or 6. They gather wood, search for insects, and help make simple tools. Their games are not just play, they are training for survival, throwing stones, running, practicing coordination. At midday, food is shared. The diet is largely plant-based. Meat is valuable but rare. When a mammoth is successfully hunted, it becomes a celebration. But preserving meat is difficult. Some is dried, some is smoked. Most food is eaten raw or barely cooked. Firewood is precious, and fires don't burn constantly. Your digestive system adapts to these conditions. Periods of hunger are normal. Your body learns to endure them. In the afternoon, toolmaking begins. You strike flint at precise angles to produce sharp edges. It requires experience. One wrong strike can ruin days of work. Bone needles and fish hooks are crafted. Wooden spear shafts are prepared. Clothing is made from animal hides. Cleaning, softening, and sewing them takes immense time. Thick furs are prepared for winter, lighter garments for summer. Surviving the cold is just as important as finding food. As the sun sets, the group gathers again. Those who were successful share with those who were not, because tomorrow the roles may reverse. Today's hunter may be tomorrow's injured. Sharing is not generosity, it is necessity. Dinner is eaten around the fire. After eating, the day is reviewed and the next is planned. Your ability to observe nature is highly developed. You watch the clouds, the wind, animal behavior. From these signs, you try to predict the weather. Evenings bring music, dance, and stories. But these stories are not just entertainment. They carry knowledge, hunting strategies, dangerous areas, past mistakes. When illness strikes, medicinal plants are used. You know which herbs treat which conditions. Wounds are cleaned. Basic surgical procedures are performed. Archaeological evidence shows that even broken bones were often successfully treated and healed. Childbirth, however, is extremely dangerous. About 1 in every 100 women dies during delivery. Midwifery is handled by the most experienced women. After birth, caring for the infant becomes the responsibility of the entire group because infant mortality is high. This is one of life's harshest realities. By the age of 40, a person is considered old, yet elders are incredibly valuable. Their knowledge keeps the group alive. They know which plants are poisonous, how to read weather signs, where and how to hunt. Because of this, elders are protected and deeply respected. Groups rarely exceed 40 people. Supporting more is impossible. If the population grows, the group splits. Migration is a natural part of life. You follow animal herds move north or south with the seasons. Winter is the hardest time. Food becomes scarce. Cold intensifies. Hunting grows more difficult. There is spoken language but no writing. Everything is passed down orally. You must memorize hundreds of plants, animal behaviors, and routes. Survival depends on memory. Conflicts arise between groups over resources and mates, but because groups are small, there are no large wars, only individual confrontations. Life expectancy is low. The most common causes of death are disease, accidents, and violence. Yet your physical endurance is extraordinary. You are constantly in motion. Your plans for the future are short. What will we eat tomorrow? Where will we go next? That is all that matters. The symbols drawn on cave walls may be the first steps toward writing, hunting scenes, animals, abstract shapes. And through all of this hardship, there is only one purpose: to survive.